seemed a bit thin at times. Now it seems like you have an abundance of options. Just what have you seen in the depth of this unit so far this spring, and how you guys stand at
Yeah,
this
I think our guys have done a great job. We feel like we definitely have that depth, that versatility this year to play different guys, put them in different situations. That's one thing our guys did a really good job attacking this spring, playing multiple positions, getting cross-chained, and really building it where we feel much better about our depth than we did last season.
What did you see from Dion last year, the way he stepped up into that role, kind of the most he's played since he's been here, and obviously had the season that he had?
Yeah, I think Dion, as far as everything, the way he attacks practice, the way he attacks meetings, the way he chops through everything, the way he trusts his teammates, and the way he goes out and every single day works to get better. And I think that was a huge thing last year. You could see his confidence go up as camp went on, and then really as the season started to take off, every week it got higher and higher. And I thought he did a great job, and I thought, he started to step into that leadership role a little bit more. He's been a little bit more vocal. He's been communicating better and better, and you can really see the way he took off from the end of last season through spring right now.
Just piggybacking on that, you saw the development of those two guys, Jennings and Powell, last season. How important was it that they got that Big Ten experience?
Yeah, I think that's huge. You go into a season where guys really weren't playing a ton the year before, and now last year they step up, they fill those roles. And they early on, in camp, there was a lot of situations they weren't prepared for, or they really didn't handle very well, and they started to learn and they built and they took those reps, and they took it from the film room, they took it from the meeting room, and they put it in practice. And as we went through the season, I thought those guys improved every single week. We took steps, and as we get to the games, those guys really chopped and really worked at it, and I thought it showed on the field as they communicated much better. They put themselves in positions to really make those plays and help the defense.
Coach Moses Walker had to miss last year. What have you seen from him this spring, and how is he, in his recovery? Is he 100% and everything now?
Yeah, Moses, he's full go right now. We're real excited to have him back. During the fall, he did a great job attacking the weight room, working on himself, and really working in the film room and studying the plays. So when he got back in, knowing his assignment, knowing his job, he came back very, very well prepared, and he's had a good spring. There's obviously been reps where he hasn't seen a certain look or, something. It's the first time he's done it, but every time we get that, he bounces back the second time, and he's on top of it. He's done a really good job this spring with his assignments, with his eyes, and every day we're working on his technique and his fundamentals. He's getting better and better. We're real excited about what he's going to do in camp here.
Tyrone Powell, what's been the biggest jump you've seen in him since last spring and then this spring?
I think our strength coaches have done a really good job in the weight room, continuing to put more weight on him, continue to get him a little bit bigger, get him to bend a little bit better. And then his confidence. You can see his confidence level, his leadership, his communication. And then really being year two in Coach Harasimiak's defense, you could see that confidence and that trust have really, taken the next step, and it's elevated. And I think that's been the number one thing with Reem. He goes out, he takes the field, he's more confident in his calls, his eyes are better, his pad level's better, and he's playing a lot faster right now going into year two.
Moses is the obvious name here, but are there any other young linebackers that are kind of surprising you or standing out to you during the spring?
Yeah, I think Abram Wright has really done a good job. He stepped up. Ja coming over from running back last year. Ja's done a really good job of now starting to understand the fundamentals, putting a full offseason in, and really starting to buy into the defense, learn, communicate a little bit better. Those guys have done a really good job. And then Timmy Hinespeeder has had a really good spring. Every single day doing his job, playing multiple positions. We cross-trained him, chopping his job every day. And, we're real excited about the full group. I thought we attacked the spring, and, we want to make sure we finish strong here Saturday. We go out and we play a really good game here.
Time for a couple more? Just another thought on Tyrone Powell. Another year in the program as an upperclassman now. How do you think that's benefited him on the field, that experience?
Well, I think every rep our guys get, it's crucial. For our guys to go out, whether it's a one-on-one rep, it's an indie rep, when we do pods or we do half line, we take that into team. Every single time our guys take a rep and they get to put it in that bank, I think that's something that's so valuable for our guys. So all those Big Ten reps that he got last year and all those different situations he had to play through and different things that he may not have seen, now being able to throw that at him all off season, going through the cut-ups, giving him those different looks here in spring football, you could tell his confidence level is much different than it was last year. He's going to be a much different player than really what he was last year, and we've already started to see that through spring ball. We're just going to continue to build on his confidence and continue to let him go play faster every single day.
Coach, as mentioned before, lots of options in the linebacker room. So how do you get some of the veterans to pass on what they know from Big Ten football to some of the newer guys?
You can always see our guys when our younger guys go in, or after maybe our starters come off the field, you can see the 2s or the 3s constantly getting coached by the starters, or you could see them grabbing the younger guys and talking them through a situation. And I love it. Like a lot of times, Dion will beat me to a guy, or Tyrone will beat me to a guy, or you'll see Mo go grab a guy off to the side, and they handle it right away. Talk to them about where their eyes were, talk about their pad level, talk about their finish, talk to them about their assignment or their job. Constantly on the guys, critiquing each other, helping one another out. And that's what we want in our room. We want our guys to be able to go up and teach it, because I always feel like if you can teach what your position is, you can teach what your job is, you can teach what your responsibility is, I feel like our guys are going to be able to go out there and execute it on the field. So we want them always working with the younger guys, so that way our guys are getting better every single day, whether it's their rep on the field or it's their rep off the field.
Last question right here.
You started to mention Mo. What's the biggest impact of having him on the field?
Having a guy that's got all that experience is huge. Mo's come back, he had 2 years of experience. He's been put in different situations. We're playing him at different multiple positions right now. And being able to cross-train him and have that versatility where an offense isn't going to know where he's lined up. That's something that's huge for us. And, Coach Harasimiak does an unbelievable job of putting our guys in the best situations, putting them in the best roles. And that's something, having all that experience coming back and adding that to our room, and then having them, especially during practice, help work with the younger guys and talk with them. That's something that, I want as much as that as we can get in our room. Having our guys help the family and chop with each other every single time is huge.